Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Kahului Hongwanji's online Sunday service. Today is July 26th, 2020, and we are observing our Obon major service and communal Bon memorial service. Obon is a time to remember all of our loved ones who have passed away and to be reminded of the wonderful benevolence we have received from them. By their living, they have made it possible for us to live this present moment and to have the opportunity to respond in gratitude to Amida's great compassion. This Sunday is also our regular family gratitude remembrance, at which we offer expressions of gratitude to all of our departed family members and friends who have memorial remembrance during this month, as well as any other loved ones you may wish to remember. Since this is a public online video, we won't be reading any names, but we ask you to remember your departed family and friends in your hearts. So now we will move on to our service. I'd just like to tell you quickly the order of service. We'll begin with the Vandana and Tisarana, which is praising the Buddha, praising the Buddha's enlightenment, and taking refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. After that, I will make the aspiration for the service and to remember our loved ones. And then I will chant the Sutra Jusege, verses reaffirming the vows. After that, we will we will recite the Golden Chain of Love. And then we will have our Dharma message. Today, we will have a guest speaker, Reverend Saul Kalu of the Honpa Hawaii Betsuin Temple. And he will be speaking for us today. And so I will introduce him and then we'll have his message. Following that, we will have the metta, the loving kindness meditation, and then the singing of the Nembutsu. And then we'll have a few closing words to end our service. So thank you very much, and please enjoy the service, and I hope that you will take something away meaningful from it today. Thank you very much. Namo. Namo Amitabhus, Namo Amitabhus, Namo Amitabhus. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Sambuddhassa. Homage to him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Bhutang saranang gacchami, dhammang saranang gacchami, sanghang saranang gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namo Amitabhus. Namo Amitabhus. We gather together this morning at Kahului Hongwanji Mission to observe this Obon and Bon Mairi memorial service in which we honor, remember, and celebrate the lives of all of our beloved family members and friends who have passed away. Today we observe also our family gratitude remembrance, honoring those whose memorials are observed in this month of July, as well as remembering all the families who have asked for Bon Mairi, Bon Memorial Remembrance. In appreciation of all of our departed loved ones, let us reflect on the transience, the uncertainty, and the impermanence of our existence, so that we may awaken to realize the true significance of living. Let us live our lives in gratitude for the many great kindnesses we have received, and let us seek to repay our debt of gratitude to them for the countless gifts we have received. May the boundless and supreme light of wisdom shine within our hearts and minds and guide us to follow the true Buddhist way for the sake of all beings. In deepest appreciation, let us repeat the Buddha's name: boundless light, boundless life. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namandabo
daishin ojo anako. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Golden Chain of Love. I am a link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that on what I do now depends not only my happiness or unhappiness, but also that of others. May every link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love become bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. At this time, I'd like to introduce my good friend, Reverend Saul Kalu, who will be our guest speaker today via the internet. So, most of you members of this temple will remember Reverend Kalu from his days at the Kahului Hongwanji. But for those who don't know him, let me just give you a short bio. He was born in and grew up in the Republic of the Philippines, and he studied nursing there in college, and devotedly served the sick in that profession for many years after he moved to the United States, until he made the decision to share his life in helping suffering people encounter the Buddhist teaching as a Jodo Shinshu minister. So he received his Tokudo ordination in 2007, and then studied at the Chuo Bukkyo Gakuin in Kyoto. After receiving Kyoshi ordination, that's the full ordination, in 2010, Reverend Kalu served at the Honpa Hongwanji Hawaii Betsuin in Honolulu for 2 years, and was then assigned to Kahului Hongwanji. Later, he was reassigned to the Hawaii Betsuin again in 2017, where he currently still serves. In addition to his knowledge of Buddhism, Reverend Kalu continues his interest in medicine and his devotion in caring for the sick and suffering. So I would like to now warmly invite you to listen to Reverend Kalu's reflections on the Dharma. Thank you.
Let's put our hands together in Gassho. When we say Namo Amida Butsu, the benefits we gain in the present are boundless. The karmic evil of our transmigration in birth and death disappears, and determinate karma and untimely death are eliminated. From the Jodo-wasan of Shinran Shonin, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Good morning, and welcome to this virtual Obon service of the Kahului Hongwanji mission. My name is Saul M. Kalu. I am a minister of the Honpa Hongwanji Hawaii Betsuin. First of all, I would like to thank Reverend Richard Tennis, your resident minister, for inviting me to speak in this major service of the Hongwanji Buddhist tradition. Although sadly, we are observing this year's Obon service without the usual joyful Bon dancing, which is part of the observance that most of us are looking forward to. Due to the risk of further spreading the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, it became necessary to cancel this event. It is really a disappointment for a lot of us, but sometimes in life, we have to make some sacrifice for the safety and well-being of others. As the saying goes, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. This time of the year, in our temples in Hawaii and elsewhere, we are observing Obon and Hatsubon services, something unique to Buddhism and tied to the Japanese culture. For religious reasons, people believed that their ancestor spirits from the world of the dead come back to their homes during this Bon festival. Most, if not all of you, probably know about the story of the origin of the Obon festival. Previously, this temple has observed the Hatsubon also as part of the Obon season. When I first started as a Jodo Shinshu follower, I did not understand many of the terminology used in describing events, happenings, and other temple activities, and that included the difference between Hatsubon and Obon. Now I understand it means that Hatsubon is the first Obon observance of our departed loved ones since passing away. And it could also mean any time from the day of death until the next Obon season, except when someone dies within 49 days until the regular season starts, in which case Hatsubon is not observed until the following year. Obon is the custom to honor the deceased spirits of one's ancestors and is the custom of the practice introduced to Japan in the 7th century from China. However, its origin dates way back to the time of Shakyamuni Buddha, some 2,600 years ago in India. Obon is the abbreviation of Orabon, the Japanese transliteration of the Sanskrit word ulambana, which literally means to hang upside down. This implies the unbearable suffering that one has to bear, whether spiritual or physical, when being hung upside down. The story goes that Shakyamuni Buddha's disciple named Moggallana, or Mokurin in Japanese, the disciple of the Buddha that was the most accomplished in supernatural powers that could be developed through meditation, used his supernatural ability to locate his mother who had died. He saw his mother was born in the realm of hungry ghosts because of her past karmic conditions. He felt very sad for her, seeing her suffering from insatiable hunger and thirst. So he offered her a bowl of rice, but the rice turned to fire when she tried to eat it. Such was the realm of hungry ghosts, where there is constant hunger but no satisfaction. Moggallana was noted not just for his supernatural powers, but also for his filial piety. Unable to do anything to help his mother from her suffering, despite his supernatural abilities, Moggallana turned to the Buddha for help. The Buddha then instructed Moggallana to make offerings of food and clothing to the monks on the 15th day of the 7th month, which was then the last day of the monks' summer retreat, after which they would have all attained enlightenment. The delighted Moggallana carried out the Buddha's instructions and made offerings to all monks on the last day of the summer retreat. True enough, his mother was immediately freed from the realm of hungry ghosts. Moggallana was very grateful to the Buddha, and it is said that in great joy, because of his mother's release from the suffering realm, he started dancing, and this is believed to be the origin of the Bon dance. Obon is a time to remember our departed loved ones, to pay honor, respect, love, and above all, express gratitude. Just like in the memorial services that we observe on a regular schedule, the Obon service is a time of reflection on our relationship as a family and our relationship with people outside the family circle as well. It is a time to get together, share experiences, and listening to the Buddha's teachings. We are reminded of the sacrifice, effort, and love of our departed loved ones, our parents, ancestors, and other relatives, and people close to us that have enabled us to be living in this present moment. The Buddha taught about the oneness of life, of interdependence, that without the help of others, we are not able to live and enjoy life in the present. The causes and conditions that resulted in our coming to this world as human beings were created even before the time we were born, like a chain of events leading to our present life. And even if one link, rather, of this chain had been different, the results would be different. You could have been born elsewhere, have a different, maybe a less fortunate life. You could have been born in a country where the freedoms and opportunities we enjoy here now would not even exist. Or we may not have been born at all. Buddhism teaches that it is difficult to be born a human being, and so life is very precious. And so it behooves us to express always our gratitude to our departed loved ones and ancestors for setting the conditions and causes which resulted in our living in this present moment. The observance of Obon is not about ancestor worship. In the Pure Land tradition of Buddhism, all our departed loved ones go to the realm of the Buddhas and become Buddhas themselves, but they are remembered and honored, not worshipped. Jodo Shinshu Buddhism is a religion of gratitude, not only for our ancestors, parents, other people, but also to Amida Buddha, whose compassion is always surrounding us. The teachings of the Buddha serve as our guide that enables us to cope with things that happen beyond our control and face the challenges of daily living with hope and courage. And we express this gratitude to the Buddha by saying the name Namo Amida Butsu, the Nembutsu, the response to the call of the Buddha of infinite life and light, to take refuge and entrust in Amida, the living expression of our gratitude for the boundless compassion of Amida Buddha. It may seem at first glance that a contradiction of sort exists during the Obon season. We remember our loved ones who have left us, who have gone on to the realm of the Buddhas. We feel the pain of their loss, but at the same time, people dance in joy during the Bon dance. It is for the same reason as the story of the Buddha's disciple Moggallana that people are dancing in joy. We dance in joy not because we're happy at the thought about losing our loved ones through death, but because we are assured that they are not in a suffering realm, because Amida Buddha's primal vow has saved them from another cycle of rebirth in a lower realm of existence and more suffering. It is that assurance that those who have preceded us are now in the peaceful and tranquil realm of Amida Buddha's Pure Land, and not suffering anymore, that brings us the feelings of joy and gratitude to the Buddha, expressed through dancing and adornment of our Buddhist altars with offerings. The Obon story of Moggallana has three meanings, and these refer to, number one, filial piety and repaying the gratitude of one's parents. Two, the notion of the suffering realms, such as the world of hungry spirits, as part of the 6 realms of samsaric existence. And number three, the merits gained through making of offerings. In other words, the practice of dana and generosity, as a means to counteract the karmic consequences of the poison of greed. To our parents we owe our life. We were born as human beings because of our parents, and we are alive and well in the present because of the care and nurturing that we have received from them. Our obligation to them is of such importance in Buddhism that Shakyamuni Buddha spoke repeatedly to his disciple Ananda. The weight of obligation that we owe to our parents is as boundless as the heavens. Obon is also a story about the suffering realms, specifically the realm of hungry ghosts. Although one may not easily believe in such otherworldly realms after death, such realms do exist within the real world. Thousands of people mostly children, are starving in any given time in many parts of the world, although not necessarily because of their unwholesome past karmic actions. The suffering of hunger does exist, either through a real lack of food and other needs, or due to the insatiable hunger created by the blind passion of excessive greed, when nothing seems to satisfy, and the more one gains material things, the bigger the craving becomes for more. Lastly, as a means of rooting out greed in our hearts, the Obon story reminds us of the practice of making offerings, of giving generously and wisely to those who are truly needy in the spirit of compassion. Although in Jodo Shinshu Buddhism, we do not practice dana for the purpose of accumulating merits, giving wisely and generously is still an important Buddhist practice to reduce one's ego and self-centeredness. Dana, or selfless giving, shifts the focus of one's deed from self-gratification to helping others in need, thus reducing the influence of the ego in one's life. It is not for the purpose of attaining enlightenment, because that is self-power, but rather the benefits of selfless giving manifest in the giver because of the basic law of cause and effect. We reap what we sow. With ever mindfulness of the meanings of the story of Obon, we can even more appreciate and enjoy the occasion. The Obon season is a time of reflection and expression of gratitude to our departed parents, ancestors, and other loved ones, and we dance in joy, secure in the thought that because of the primal vow of Amida Buddha, those that have preceded us are all in the realm of peace and tranquility, in the Pure Land. And of course, as followers of the Jodo Shinshu tradition of Pure Land Buddhism, our thoughts and expression of Shinjin and gratitude is also focused mainly on the Buddha of infinite light and life, the Buddha of boundless wisdom and compassion, whose primal vow assures all sentient beings of birth in the land of peace and tranquility. That is the Pure Land. I wish the members of the Kahului Hongwanji mission and non-members alike, indeed anyone who joins us in this joyous occasion, a very happy Obon festival. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.
May all beings be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May I be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to me. May I live in peace and harmony. May my family be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my teachers be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my friends be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May strangers be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my enemies be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May all beings be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo.
Namo
Thank you so much for participating in this morning's online Obon service and family gratitude remembrance. I hope you will join us again next week on August 2nd for our regular Sunday online service. And I do hope that you enjoyed today's service and that you found something that was meaningful for you in it. Please join me now in Gassho as we close the service by reciting the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.